Right, so in today's video, what we're going to do is we're going to talk about the differences between, should we say, low, almost sort of, scratch golfer compared to our sort of mid-high handicapper. And this video has been prompted by Hole 19. Now, I teamed up with Hole 19 earlier in the year. It's a free application. So lots of my students just download the application and they use it as a GPS tool. Go around their golf course, it shows them exactly how far they've hit the golf ball, how far they have to a hazard, how far they have left to the hole. Or if you go and play somewhere new for the first time, it'll also help you map your way around and show you exactly where to go. Now, you can also use some of the paid services, and that's where you can record some of your statistics, which again is what's prompted this video. But the big difference between levels of golfers generally comes down to distance and speed. And what I wanted to do is I wanted to talk about that subject quite importantly, because at the moment there is a lot of conversation about how to generate more speed, but I sometimes worry that some of the students I've met that have been trying to improve their speed to lower their handicap have also lost a little bit of form. So therefore they can hit the swing a little quicker, but they're not very accurate, and therefore it's probably not helping them. So what I would say is the biggest difference between, in my opinion, very low good golfers and sort of high handicap golfers is an impact position. And what we tend to see with very good golfers is the way that they sort of, the shoulders are dropped, the hips and the lower body's more open to the target, and they're in a position like so. The difference with your sort of high handicap golfer is they sort of hit the golf ball where they look like they're almost taller to it. Now, if you have bad technique in terms of your sort of standing up, you can obviously still train to swing quicker, because your arms are going to be generating a lot of the speed. A lot of pulling down is going to help that club whip the club through. But as I said, I don't think that's necessarily going to relate to you being able to not hit some sort of plateau in the foreseeable future, because we need to understand exactly how to move the body, because that's going to improve your ability to get down to a much better level. So the reason for the alignment stick is because, again, I wanted to just sort of talk about a very simple drill that I think you can do that will help you understand how it feels to be in the position of a much better golfer. So what you're going to do is you're going to place the alignment stick across your shoulder line. And the next thing you're going to do is just place your hand either to the side of the alignment stick, as I'm demonstrating here, or if you don't have the range of motion to do that, just place it in front. So you should be fine to do that. Now I'm going to place it behind. And all I'm going to do from this position is you're just going to, you can obviously also experiment if it helps moving your arm further away from your body or closer. You can play around with that. I think that's more of a range of motion thing than anything else. Now, in the backswing position, what you're going to do is you're just going to try and demonstrate a backswing. And the feeling will be that the alignment stick will almost point towards the ball. In reality, it won't, as you can see here. Mine's well above the ball, probably up to 6 feet above it. But it's fine to have that as a feeling, in my opinion. The big thing is coming in towards this downswing position. What we're trying to do is you're trying to practice moving your body. So getting the feeling of rotating the body. So see the way I'm turning my body, but also getting the feeling of this shoulder coming down. So I'm trying to get my hands as close towards the bottom part of the swing as possible. Now, in reality, you're not going to be able to get it all the way down unless you're some sort of contortionist. But the point is if equally you're somebody who notices that you don't move anything like this, you're going to find that that's actually very, very beneficial, because I like the feeling in the start of the downswing of getting this feeling of dropping the shoulder, because I think getting that sense of covering the ball as I'm doing here is a really useful skill that you want to learn. So you can kind of see where my hand's located, like so. So if I now bring my arm a little closer, so my upper arm's a little closer to the side of my body, so it's more emulating what would happen in terms of this type of action at the start of the downswing, then you can start to see the way I can get my hands pretty much located over my trail thigh, which I would say is the big thing. That's the big difference. Most higher handicap golfers, their arms up here somewhere, and that's because you don't move this way, you kind of trying to move more this way. If you're somebody who moves this way, where you stand up and your shoulder pops up, then you're going to notice the way your hands are still left up in the air. If you move more this way, that's the big difference that you're ultimately looking for. So, like I say, what I like to do is I like to ensure golfers I'm working with that, yeah, if I feel the golfer needs to work on speed to improve their handicap, then that's something that we'll work on, we'll spend time on, 100%. But at the same token, what we'll also be working on in the background is making sure that they're retaining good form. Drills like this are very useful stuff to do around the house, but what it will also do for golfers like yourselves, people that I've never met before, is it should give you a stronger feeling of what it would really look like to get into a good impact position, or at least pre-impact position. So a position which looks more sort of this way, as opposed to most golfers look a little more this way. you can start to do that, you're going to have a much better chance of getting a repeatable impact position. So hopefully this video really helps, and it helps you give you a stronger feeling of what you're trying to do to lower that handicap. I'll see you guys again really soon.